Bet you this is the 4th person in a row who's ringing me for a battle. Apparently not. Yeah, this has been sitting around for the last few hours, just sort of in standby mode, in anticipation for the time to tick over to midnight so that I can go and get the Meridian Sound stuff that I haven't picked up. And thus, that's going to form a decent chunk of the haul that I have to show off here. Yeah, there's a lot of things. I'll first point out, I have gone and gotten all the evolutions just because I felt like getting them, and I had all the evolution items. So I used them all. Natures aren't exactly perfect for all of them, but I don't really care. As you can see, I did overflow. It's a bit, this is probably one of the reasons why I should have just held off from catching the unknowns until the post-game. But I'm just going to have to deal with what I've done and just sort of move on from there. Anyways, once again, you can just look at the top screen and see where I got these from. This is the only thing that I actually didn't get from the regular encounter table, so I went and picked that up. I ran into one of these while I was doing a bit of training and found out that I didn't have it. Yeah, Route 37, and I still didn't have it. Which actually reminds me, yeah, I did pick up a Finion off screen just after I finished recording the yesterday's segment, which was rather annoying. I grabbed the good rod. I knew there were some areas that I had to get, so either I just didn't want to go back to Cherry Grove until I had Fly or something like that. Long story short, I just straight up forgot that I had to pick that thing up, so whatever, I don't really care. Yeah, Vaporeon's the only female evolution I've got here now, and I just figured I'd go with that one as a female. A couple of the others could work as females, like Glaceon, but whatever. Route 47 does have a patch of grass. You can't access it until you have Waterfall, so I took the opportunity to go over there with Meridian Sound so I could pick up this as well as Bellossom. Only other thing I haven't got from there is Swellow, which I need to pick up later on in the daytime when I'm actually able to run into one. Rhydon is in the first room of the ground floor on Mount Mortar. There's three rooms in the ground floor, and then there's a random thing in my throat. There's an underground floor, basement floor. Unreal, Glaceon. Clefable was in the basement floor, and I think you can find them in one of the other rooms on the ground floor, but whatever. Gliscor was Meridian Sound, Cacturne was Meridian Sound. I almost forgot about Cacturne. Licky and Tangrowth, both Meridian Sounds. Frostlass was on the second bottom floor. Mamoswine was on the bottom floor alongside the Walrein. So I believe that is everything covered. The only thing I have to talk about though is this Dragonite. This, as you can tell from the moveset and the fact that it has Pokerus, well, I'll explain the Pokerus in a moment. This is the Extreme Speed Dragonair that I got. It's not actually going into the collection. I probably could put it in there, but I had a bit of a debate as to whether or not I wanted to use this over Kaiser. I've come to a decision on that. I'm not actually going to roll it over Kaiser. I'm going to stick with Kaiser for the main playthrough, but I've decided that if I ever want to go through the battle frontier, that Dragonite would actually be, this Dragonite would be a pretty good pick, because I think one of the facilities requires you to use multiple of the same Pokemon. I can't quite remember. But I figured if I'm going to have this Dragonite as well as the one on my team, it might not be a decent shout to have both of them and give it a bit of a crack. So that's there in case it is needed. Obviously I'm going to get rid of Dragon Rush for Dragon Claw at some point in the future, but it's going to sit there. My initial plan was to maybe just have the two Dragonites switch off, and I would just have Kaiser around for if I needed to use Surf. I may still sort of go back on that decision and go for it anyway, but we'll have to see what happens. In the meantime though, I'm going to go ahead and grab out this Bellossom, because it is relevant to my interests right now. And I believe we are in Olivine City. No, we're in Blackthorn. It's fine. I've got the Tropius. I just got to fly over to Olivine City. You'll notice that I had the ability to fly to the battle frontier because I wanted to have a look around in there off screen to see what the power items went for, the stuff that increases the effort values. There's 16 battle points each, and I could probably rack up that many on the Battle Factory alone, but I didn't really want to do that because I wanted to show off the Battle Factory on screen. So anyways, you may remember this girl who wants to see a Bell Awesome. And if you can make it dance in front of the girl. That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of cool. And so you will get the TM for Energy Ball for your efforts, as well as the Meadow Plate. So I believe that brings my plate count up to either 4 or 5. I can't quite remember. Let's see if I can find them all spread out. See, there's 2. Insect Plate is 3. Iron Plate and Toxic Plate. Okay, that's 5. So I've got 5 plates. There's also the Tyrogue with the iron, the fist plates that I have yet to get from Mount Mortar, but I'll get that a little bit later. In the meantime, I'm going to get my team ready because it is time to go and capture Lugia and explore the entirety of Whirl Islands. It's probably not going to be overly interesting because it's just a cave, but whatever. Where is Floof? And I think I'll need to bring in a Rotom here, actually. So I'm... Okay, I'll leave the Rotom here because I'm pretty sure I'm going to need Flash. And I'm going to have to bring the Gyarados along as well because I'm pretty sure I'm going to need Whirlpool to get into the Whirl Islands. So I will drop Floofin. Keep the evolutions back here because I don't think either of them will be that useful. I'm not going to worry about bringing Tropius with, although, actually no, to be fair, I think I'm going to need Tropius as well. Just for, like, if anything, for maybe Strength or Rock Smash. I don't think there are any Strength bowlers, but there might be some Rock Smash rocks that could be useful in there. So the question now is, what do I cut? I actually don't have a choice but to cut Rotom. Okay, you know what? Whatever. I'm not going to bother with it. I'm just going to move on where we've spent 8 minutes doing pointless shit. It's time to move the fuck on and actually go and grab this stupid thing. Now, I can't remember offhand which island you want to go in order to get a clear path to Lugia. But I need to actually bring up the locations list here, because you can find Kingdra here. It's on the second subfloor, and I'm basically going to use this exploration time as just like an opportunity to just try to familiarize myself with the area, and so I can come back here later on and pick up stuff that I need to go and grab, because there's still a couple of Meridian Sound things that I need to get from here, as well as the Kingdra. So I'm just gonna pick a island at random and see where that takes me. This isn't the worst shout, this one, so I'll have a look around and see if I have achieved some great success. Well, okay, that repel did not last particularly long, but whatever. Yeah, there's going to be a whole bunch of items. There's probably going to be a whole bunch of hidden items with this, so it's probably going to be very useful to me in here. That one is on that raised platform, which I can't reach. This one is reachable, though, so it is in this rock. Yay, Super Repel. That's cool. There's a whole bunch of these freaking ledges and stuff like that. Areas where you can only go one way, and sometimes it's just going to end up resulting in you being kicked out as well. So that's going to be freaking excellent. Let me bring up the locations list again here. If I can bloody see what the hell it is that I'm doing. Okay, there's nothing here that I need to find with anything. I think everything is just down towards B2F and B3F, so this area is just not going to be of any sort of remote interest to me unless it's like... Unless, heaven forbid, I forgot to put a repel up and I run into a shiny of some variety, but... I gotta shut up with the shinies, because I keep talking about it and they just don't show up. Aside from, you know, the one time when Bulbat showed up, but that's a different thing altogether. That was just stupid luck. Okay, you seem to be incredibly happy to be in a dark and dank cave, which should not really benefit you in any way because there's no sunlight. Unless you're getting some kind of nutrition from Rotom's flash. I don't know. You could. Not too sure where that's going to take me. I'm not going to go exploring that now because I want to try to get as low as I possibly can. And this is about as good a place as any. The question... Oh, okay, so I don't need flash for this area down here. And this is actually going to take me straight down to... no, it won't, because it's actually an isolated area. Fan-bloody-tastic. In that case, we're going to have to go back up here and see if I can get there from another direction. I may need to go back out and into one of the other islands. I also like how I've brought up the team display so I can talk about a Pokemon playthrough of the day, but it's highly likely that that's not going to happen just because I don't really have any... Wait a sec. 1F, does 1F actually have... Okay. Okay. It's water, but it's not quite the water I'm looking for. Another Ultra Ball. These are all entirely useless, and I actually made a point to... Oh, god damn it, I did need strength. I didn't think I did, but this obviously proves me otherwise. Thanks. Dick. Fan-bloody-tastic, isn't it? I hope I can find another way out. Because if I can't... I've got escape ropes, right? Yeah, I got 3 of them. It's fine. I can get the fuck out of here whenever I want, so... In that case, I'm not going to fuss over it too much. Just gonna waltz around, pick up items, vitamins. Always useful for cash, although I think my cash stack is like over 300k now. Yeah, I think I'm about right for cash stack now. Where's this gonna take me? Absolutely nowhere but the way out. In that case, I will go and have a look in one of the other islands. I believe I'm in the southeast island right now. So... Because I think I entered the northeast. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that other eggs that I found took me to the southwest. So I'm going to see what happens if I go into the northwest. Turns out this is the other area that I went near. Then I guess the egg's on my face, isn't it? And thankfully it is not. Okay. I have been here before. Shit. Oh, great. Now comes the shitty part where I get to backtrack through areas that I've already been to and get very, very pissed off. Because there's no other place I can go from here. There's the other side of this place, so I guess I'm making progress of some variety. I guess the question now is how I'm supposed to be able to get onto this patch of land right here. I would love to be able to know how this is achievable. Because I'm getting lost here, and it's wasting time, and people are not going to appreciate my stupidity if I keep getting lost. Yeah, this is only taking me in the one direction, and it's just gonna kick me straight back out of this area. In that case, the only other direction I can think of is back in the northeast, because it was actually a split path. So I'll go and have a look at that as well. Because I also want to know where the water is in B2F. It might be like right down towards the entrance of Lugia's cavern though, so I'll have to see what happens down there. I'm not going to try to look for a Kingdra on screen, mind you, because it's only a 2% encounter. But if I know where the water is, then I can just go straight back to it whenever I need to. Okay, I think I'm in the right place now. Another hidden item in this rock. Revive. Anything else? Does not appear to be the case. Okay, cool. And this should take me down here where I will be able to find this. Hidden item somewhere. Right here it is. Full restore, that's always nice. Okay, so if you talk to this fellow, you will show him the silver wing, and then he will allow you to pass through. Excellent. And I think this is just sort of a little balcony overlooking Lugia's cavern. And then if you go all the way down here... Okay, well there's Seal. I guess the question now is this B2F or is it B3F? Okay, let's see what happens. Best way to find out if this is the case is if I open up Meridian Sound and see if there's anything here that's... Golbat is not what I'm looking for. What is it? What is it I'm looking for in B2F? Celio or Dugong, and they don't appear in the regular encounter tables. So this will confirm it for me if this counts as B2F or B3F. The problem, however, is that I'm not getting either of the Pokemon that are showing up through Meridian Sound right now. Okay, there's Celia. Okay, so this counts as B2F, which means this water should have Kingdra. I am not going to look for it now, obviously. Can I find anything in the wild here? Apparently not. Probably have to come back a little bit later. Alright. Yep. Probably the only time in the game where I actually may need to switch between the two screens. I like how when I finally get myself prepared for having these long-ass cutscenes and I play a game that doesn't actually have that many cutscenes. I think I had it prepared more for, like, Platinum or something. So, and just sort of doing a random jig. There's one in the middle that's just sort of being a bit, I don't know. She just seems a bit out of tune, out of, like, sync with all of the others. Like this, she's spinning around at the same time, but whatever. Do we get, like, glaring eyes coming from the waterfall? Yep. Works out that way. Freeze frame. Effects. Weirdness. And I didn't actually have to switch between the screens at all, but I'm going to do it anyway because I'm a jerk. Yep. That would only make sense, of course. Anywho, who am I leading with? I think I'm leading with Turbo Drum. Turbo Drum will get some Thunderbolt off and kick this thing's ass. Let's pray to God this thing doesn't have Recover. It thankfully does not have Whirlwind and Roar like it does in Crystal Kaizo. Because that's fucking... Wait till I get a frickin' rant in on about frickin' Crystal Kaizo a bit later on. I've only got a couple more playthroughs before I have to talk about that one. And it's gonna be arse. In the meantime, we will throw a save state. And we will commence this fight. There is only one difference between the fight in this hack and the original fight. And that is the simple fact that Lugia here is level 50 as opposed to level 45. That's it. And in Pokemon Silver, it was at level 40. If you're fighting it in Gold, it's level 70, and in Crystal, I think it's either 60 or 65. Alright. So let's get the Thunderbolt going. It misses with a Hydro Pump, so that's going to be... I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure Traptrix will be able to tank that reasonably well. Aeroblast is going to be arse if it has that. Now, I can't throw another Thunderbolt at this thing because I'm going to kill it. Will a Shadow Ball... Shadow Ball's got slightly less damage, plus it doesn't have stab. I'd like to weaken it a little bit further, but that might be about as good as it's going to get. I probably should have gone and picked up some more Pokeballs. If I went up all the way up to 200, I'd have had about 60 Premier Balls to work with, but for now I've only got the 45. I'm just going to keep it at normal speed for the first maybe 5 or 10 balls and then speed up afterward. And as you would have expected, it immediately breaks out of the first ball. So yeah, there's the Aeroblast. It's kind of obligatory for it to have Aeroblast. Unless you're playing Pokemon Gold, in which case it just doesn't have it. That's why it's better to catch it in Silver, because it actually has a signature move. Same thing with Ho-Oh, it only has Sacred Fire if you catch it in Gold. It will have already gone and gotten rid of it by the time you caught it in Silver. Immediately break out. Now's about as good a time as any to talk about the Pokemon playthrough of the day, but if I do, I can guarantee you I'll be like halfway through it and the frickin' thing will capture. So, we're just going to pass on that, I guess. And the only reason I'm not switching out here is because if I switch into Traptrix and it hits me with an Aeroblast, I'm not going to be able to survive it. That being said, I could switch into one of my Death Fodder Pokes. I've got 2 of them here. I could also go into Kaiser and maybe hit it with a Surf. Yeah, we'll see what happens if I can get a Surf in on it. Well, yeah, there's Rain Dance, so I'm not too sure if I want to hit it with a Surf now. Knowing that it's more powerful in the rain. Alright, I'm going to stick with the Permanent Balls. Probably not the best idea, but whatever. I'm at least getting it to shake. Not more than once, mind you, but it at least gives me the indication that it is possible to nab this frickin' thing. It's more than I can say about the stupid Mewtwo and Fire Red Omega. I don't know why I compared it to Mewtwo, because Lugia in that game also has a catch rate of 1, and thus cannot be caught in a Pokeball or a Great Ball. Yeah, thankfully Drayano dropped the idea of having a catch rate of 1. Thank Christ. If I could get a status on it of some variety, then I could probably hit it with a Flamethrower, because it wouldn't do that much. Only reason I'm worried about it is if the Flamethrower burns, then I'm pretty much screwed, because I can't put it to sleep, it doesn't have rest, and I'm only going to get like maybe 2 or 3 more balls before the burn kills it. And it's not making a whole lot of progress breaking out of all of these balls. But then again, I had to go through my entire stock maybe 3 or 4 times with save state abuse before I could catch that stupid Metang, so I'm not expecting it to be very much different here. Gonna go with Bulbat, because Bulbat's much faster. I fully expect this thing to outspeed Lugia and get the Hypnosis in. Okay, that's good. Now, this thing should be able to tank a hit from Bulbat, so I'll throw a Wing Attack at it. That's a bit better. Alright. I'm in a pretty prime position to be able to throw balls at this thing and hopefully nab it. I've already thrown 6 at it so far. And number 7 was not lucky in this case. Staying asleep. Usually Pokemon like to just wake up as soon as they have an opportunity to, i.e. stay asleep for 1 turn and then wake up immediately. There's a 1 shake. I've not gotten anything beyond 1, so not a great deal of progress. Once I've reached 10 balls thrown, this is the 9th, I'm gonna then start speeding up just to get it out of the way and quicken it up a bit. Especially since I'm not getting a whole lot of indication that Lugia is going to be particularly cooperative here. And I guess if anything else, keeping it at normal speed for at least part of this fight allows me to get the music across, because this is awesome. I still maintain that, I don't think I've ever said this in an LP segment, but One time when I tried catching Lugia, I decided to play the theme music for the Plasm Wraith boss from Pikmin 3 in the background, and it fit this thing. I could not begin to tell you how well it fit with Lugia. It really, it was perfect. If you ever decide to go and catch a Lugia, put that music on in the background. It fits with it so well. Okay, last ball before speed up. And we got a 2-shake. I was going to say if it bloody caught there. Yeah, there we go. Back to its triumphant form of waking up after one turn. Alright, here we go. Oh shit, there's Aeroblast. God, here we go. And there you go. Unfortunate. Yeah, outsped by... Oh, lovely. Trap Tricks is one shot at getting a frickin' sleep powder in. It misses and is then promptly murdered by a frickin' Aeroblast as a result. Thank you, game. Oh, for fuck's sake. You're gonna stop fucking missing, okay? Because I'm getting a bit sick of this. Gyarados can only tank so much. Wow, really? I only got like 13, 14 balls in on that thing. It got down to struggle already? What were its other moves? God, that's really, really bad. Alright, I guess we're just gonna have to cut. I will return once I have caught it. I'm not even gonna reload because I don't need to. Because this happens. Yeah, so I can just save once I'm done. Alright, I will cut the segment. I'll probably just run away, but it'll probably be a bit easier. Right, cutting segment now. And when I come back, this thing will be in a freaking Premier Ball. You mark my goddamn words. Yeah, that'd be right. How many balls did that take? I'll bet you anything I'm not even going to cut it out just to show you how long it took for me to catch this damn thing. How many balls did that take? Come on. Let me see. 5 balls on the second attempt to pick Lugia up. Actually, you know what? It wasn't even 5 balls. It was actually more like 7 because I accidentally threw a couple of Pokeballs. As you will see if I did indeed nab the thing. Anyways, throwing it back up save state and then saving here in case the segment goes south. And then resetting. Okay, so that should do the trick. Okay, that's cool. Indeed. Alright. Now, if I come back in here, the Komodo girls are gone. Now, can I encounter shit in this area? Yes or no? Because if I can't, then there's going to be some problems. Right. I can't say I quite understand. Wait a hang on a fucking minute. Okay, hang on. Okay, Krabby can... Okay, where the hell is B3F anyway? Can I not access this until the post-game or something like that? Because I kind of thought you could find wild Pokemon in here, but you quite clearly get no radio reception down here. I don't think you can make it. I don't think you can move on in this direction. This makes absolutely no sense. And I'm not going to give too much of a shit about that. In before this area counts. Oh, get out. Okay, Dugong's a regular... Is this literally where I'm getting Cloyster and Crobat? If I find one of them here, I'm going to be astounded. Come on. Yeah, there it is. There's Crobat. God damn it. Oh, that is somewhat obnoxious. But, whatever. It's there. Whatever. I'm just going to bring my own Crobat in, because my Crobat's better, because it's all pink and shit. Can you snap out of confusion? No, don't fucking critical. Whatever. I was going to go and explore the rest of Mount Mortar anyway, but I'm not going to do that, actually. If I want to get the entirety of Mount Mortar out of the way, I'm going to have to go and get all of Kanto's badges, since it's got a bunch of rock climb areas, so I'm just going to wait until that happens. So in that case, I don't think there's any real reason for me to continue the segment then. Because all I have left to do after this is to catch the stuff I haven't caught here, debate whether or not I want to show off the Battle Frontier now, and if I do, then that's going to be next time. Otherwise, the other thing I have to do is to proceed onward through routes 27 and 26 up through Victory Road until the Pokemon League. So, yeah, that's about it. No real reason to keep the segment going any longer than it needs to, especially since I'm not going to be doing any real exploration over there, so there you go, I guess. Kind of abrupt end to the segment, but it is what it is, I guess. I will see you next time for whatever it is that I decide to do. Yeah. Okay, I can't even remember if I said I was just going to catch these off screen and show them off in the next segment, but this was too good not to show off. This thing showed up after one fishing encounter. That implies that it's the second encounter, which it's not. It quite literally was the first encounter down here. It has a 2% chance of showing up, and it was my first encounter. So you know what I'm going to do, since I'm that goddamn paranoid? We're going to throw another save state. And I'm going to frickin' catch this damn thing. It's the last thing I do. There you go, that works. No, don't wake up after one turn. Catch the damn thing. Catch the damn thing. Catch the damn thing. Thank you. Thank you, and as you can see from there, it actually got transferred to the box containing the first 30 Pokemon in the Pokedex. So, I'm going to go ahead and escape rope out of here since I'm done catching everything here. And I'm going to swim all the way back and show you these last few Pokemon that I caught so that I can just put them away and I don't have to show too much of a haul for next time. It's probably going to be far easier for me to do that because I need to sort Pokemon out, and yeah, I'm overflowed up to the frickin' wazoo here. So, as you can see here, well, there's the Lugia in question. Docile is a neutral nature, thus it is shit. Yay for Premier Ball. And there's the Crobat, there's the Cloyster, with Skill Link, of course. That explains why I hit 5 times with Spike Cannon. And that. Just that. So there you go. Now we're done with the segment. I will see you next time.